stay at our place tonight in Chicago if you can figure out a way to get there.
Tonight?
I'll give you keys.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to give him the keys?
Well, that's a guy that wants to go across country for $5 a day. In fact, he's done just that.
That's right. Leon Logothetis is a British subject who went across the country on $5 a day. His story's been made into a documentary called Amazing Adventures of a Nobody. He joins us live from L.A. Thank you, Mr. Nobody.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get this straight. The producers of this documentary said, okay, Leon, here's $5. Let's see how far you can get in one day. What sort of a problem did you have making that money stretch?
Well, surprisingly, I was fortunate because people were so generous that it managed to stretch all the way from Times Square to the Hollywood sign.
Well, what type of thing would they do? What were some examples of generosity?
Well, a lady let me stay in her house when she wasn't there. I stayed in numerous people's homes. I stayed with a gentleman in Galesburg, Illinois.
And how did they invite you in? You just said, I'm traveling and I can't spend more than $5 a day, or I only have $5. What happened?
Now, basically, my aim, every morning I was given $5 and I had to get to the next destination, and I would just meet people. I'd meet people in the street, I'd walk into shops, you know, it was just totally random. That was the beauty of it, just total randomness.
You start on the Hollywood sign, you make your quest, it lasts about a month, and one of your observations is something that I've saw firsthand, really for the first time with my book tour, and Edie knows this and now living through it, and that is the people in the South, North are great, but the South are just the nicest people in the world.
They were amazing. I tell you, the further south that I got, the more friendly, the more generous, the more genuine people got. Mm-hmm. And I just found it to be a fantastic experience.
Right. Leon,
really fantastic.
When you were really broke, did you ever steal any hubcaps? Oh, wait, that's another story. Never mind. I understand the producer had an envelope, and if you were really in a jam, there was a $20 bill in it. Is that right?
There was an envelope that if I was desperate, the producer, the director could give to me, but it was totally in his hands. So I was, you know, it was up to him. Even if I was desperate.
Sure.
And you stayed at the University of Virginia in a frat house one time, and then there was an authentic 1840s cowboys and Indians reenactment as a tomahawk-tossing Indian, and in return you got a place to sleep that night?
That's right. That's right. I threw axes at trees, and I dressed up as an Indian. And this guy was great. His name was Bob. He was just a wonderful man.
Oh,
actually, I still talk to him.
Sure.
Now. You know, I made friends with these people.
Oh, that's
hey,
great.
Leon, tell the people of Europe that Americans are friendly, would you?
People of Europe, Americans are very friendly.
Very
friendly, really.
All right, Leon, and when can we see this?
Well, it's been taken up by a U.S. distributor, Defiance.tv, and it's up to them now.
Great.
All right, so look for The Amazing Adventures of a Nobody, Leon Logothetis. We thank you very much for joining us live today from L.A.
Thanks so much.
Where $5 in L.A. would tip the valet, but not actually pay for the car to get out of the parking lot.
And if you met Edie, he would have got Edie's car. Right? Edie would have got the station wagon. He would have been set. Bad documentary, though.
In the past. Okay, coming up, a would-be presidential assassin gets put away because he couldn't keep his mouth shut on tape. Stay tuned for details.
Plus, from Pilgrims to Pumpkin Pie, we're going to get the real history of Thanksgiving, including why the South was so slow to celebrate the holiday.